Hello, hello. Welcome back to another video. And for today, I want to talk about a subject that has been on my mind for over a year. This video and this subject is something that I had almost posted before and I never got around to it, but maybe right now could be a good time. I guess there could always be a good time to talk about this subject, as heavy as it is, and well, today I am finally getting around to it. And for this video, I am talking about the message of continuing on with living your life. Yeah, uh, this is for anyone in the world, and especially when we are going through a really tough day or a tough series of days, or if there are a number of months where things are feeling challenging or dark or overwhelming. And I know for me, I have been in that spot before. And for you out there, maybe you have been in that spot before, or someday you might be. Whether it's when you're thinking about some unhappy memories, or you go through an event like the loss of a family member or someone special, or someone out there may say something hurtful or do something bad. And yeah, you know, in our journeys through life, there can be wonderful, great moments for all of us, but there are also times when we go through darker, unhappy things. And this is for when you are going through something darker and unhappy, and you may not feel like you want to keep on keeping on. And for me in my life, I know that I grew up in a way where, yes, I grew up in a pretty good setting. My dad made a lot of money, and for the first 16 years, there I was, an only child, and I had both of my parents. But 2009 happened where I lost my father. His health gave out, and well, from 2009 to 2011, there were some other unhappy events for me that happened. And, in addition to losing my father, there were some really immature and negative things that were said by other people. Some people just not controlling their tongue, and it hurt me. It really hurt me. And I know that there were times after those few years, probably my darkest hour so far in my life, there were times when I was thinking to myself, why should I keep on living? Lord, just let me fall asleep one night and show me the gates of heaven. I know I was thinking that for a while. However, I am so glad that I have made it to this point, and while it has not always been easy, I think about how over the last 15 years, there have been a lot of fun things that have happened, and also a lot of serious things that have happened. And I feel that this is like a guarantee for everyone on earth that, if we live out through our whole lives, maybe even 70, 80, 90 years on earth, I feel that for all of us, as long as we can live for as long as possible until our health gives out, that there are fun things and serious things in the future for all of us. And when I say fun things, that may be a little easier to understand. The times in the future where you can keep making memories with people and, well, the times that you can meet even more people and all the new music that can come out, the new songs you can discover from the past, and the new movies that will come out, and, well, all those places that you still want to travel to for the first time. Those are the fun things. But then when I say the serious things, this relates more to stuff like home improvement, or being there for someone who really needs you, or being a caregiver to a parent. And, well, what I have done over time is I've made a list of all the fun things and serious things that have happened for me ever since my darkest hour. And, well, for the fun things, I think about how over the last 15 years there have been new roller coasters at Cedar Point, like Gatekeeper, Rougarou, Valraven, Steel Vengeance, Wild Mouse, Top Thrill 2, and now Siren's Curse is coming. And also in our state, at Kings Island, we've had Banshee, Mystic Timbers, and Orion. Those have all been fun rides, and I still need to get in line to finally ride Snoopy's Soapbox Racers, and hopefully that'll be next year. And in addition to all the new roller coasters at those two parks, something else that has been really fun is that over time I have gotten to know a good friend of mine that I've known since high school. His name is Joel, and in 2015-16, I remember Joel said to me, "Why don't we go visit other amusement parks out there, like Carowinds, King's Dominion, Canada's Wonderland, and others?" And ever since Joel mentioned that idea, there have been a lot of great memories that we have made, where it started out with just me and Joel traveling to different parks, and then his brother Tyler would join us, and sometimes our friend Jake has joined us as well for different amusement parks. And with all of that, I've been very happy to live and see all these new roller coasters and new parks, and also for my other hobby of music. Ever since 2009 onwards, there have been new albums from Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, and there hasn't been much from Art Garfunkel. I know there was a compilation that came out in 2012 called The Singer, but now at long last, in this year, we are finally getting a new Art Garfunkel album, Father and Son, in November, and I am definitely looking forward to that. And really, over the last 15 years, it has been wonderful to discover more songs from the past that I have never heard before, and also the new albums that have come out from other people I really like. New music from Enya, Cher, Judy Collins, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and when David Bowie was still with us, when he came out with The Next Day and Black Star. Yeah, there have been a lot of great songs and new albums that have come out, and I'm also really glad to have heard the closest thing to a classic Moody Blues song that came out in 2015 when a few of the original members got together and they recorded a song called Simply Magic. And it was the first time since the 1970s when the Mellotron was featured on a song, and that was also very nice to hear as well. You know, those are fun things that have been great for me to see, and hey, there have been new movies as well that have come out, and yeah, all of this has been so worthwhile for me to see. And also for the serious things. I know that over the last 15 years, and really the last 7 years, both of my homes have needed a lot of work. I know that over the last 7 years, both of my homes have needed a new roof, and then there were some rotten trees that had these really big branches come down, and we had to take care of that problem. And even as recently as this year, I know in Lakeside, we had to get a new central air unit because the old one had finally blown out. And yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of home improvement projects that I have needed to initiate, and I'm glad that I have been here to see those projects through. And I'm also really glad that I have kept on living and I have been able to help my mom a couple of times where she has really needed my help as a caregiver. And there was one moment in particular that happened earlier this year in June of 24, where one night my mom was working the night shift as she normally does at the Lakeside Gate. And what happened is that the mayflies were so bad that when my mom stepped out of her office, she slipped in the mayflies. And for about a week, my mom had some trouble with walking. And I am glad that I was able to be there to pick her up from the gate with my car and to help her get up and down the front stairs of the cottage here so she could get back into the house. You know, those are serious things. And yeah, um, maybe at some point in your future, there may be some home improvement projects or times when you may need to be a caregiver. And I just feel that it is so important for all of us to keep on keeping on. I know that life is not always easy, and there can be some really unhappy memories that stay with us, and some current situations may feel challenging or dark or overwhelming. But I just feel that it is so worthwhile for all of us to keep on keeping on and living for as long as we can until our health gives out. Because I feel that we all have a purpose. And yeah, I mean, if we all can live for as long as possible, even through the dark times, if we can live as long as possible, then I feel that it is a guarantee that there will be fun things in the future and serious things in the future. And it is important for us to make it to the future so we can enjoy the fun things and take on the serious things and get things done. And well, all of us have different life stories, and there are different setups for certain people. I mean, some people have both of their parents alive for the first 40 or 50 years of their life, and some people grow up with siblings that can help. And then there are people who, like me, are only children. And, well, that there are people who are rich or poor or in between. And yeah, there are different setups for a lot of people. And I know with my life, as I said, I grew up as an only child, and for the first 16 and a half years, I had both of my parents, and then I lost my father. And it was really tough for a while, and I really did not know how I was going to keep on keeping on, but I am glad that in those final weeks of my father's life, he did say to me, "Son, no matter what happens, I want you to just keep trucking on through. Just keep trucking on through." And that's what I would say to anyone out there as well. Just keep trucking on through, just keep on living. And I hope that everyone out there can see the fun things and the serious things in the future with your life. Some of those things you may expect, and well, the unexpected can happen as well. And I will talk about this in the next video. But just to mention one other thing that has happened, this is a fun thing. Oh, in 2018, when my aunt and my two cousins were here in Lakeside, something unexpected happened where my aunt had signed all of us up for rock painting. And when she had signed us up for that, I thought, oh boy, I have never really been into painting. I've always been into drawing pictures, but I don't know about painting. And yet, when we had our 1 hour session of rock painting, something clicked. And ever since that day onwards, that's been another fun thing that I have really enjoyed doing. I have really enjoyed painting, and yeah, that's just one of many fun things that I have enjoyed as well. And well, with the serious things, I know that they can be a little more challenging, but over time, especially with the home improvement stuff, I have learned how to contact certain companies more, and it no longer really feels that overwhelming. And I always feel a sense of joy and accomplishment whenever I can get a home improvement project done. And with where things are right now, I know what else I would like to improve with my house in Lakeside, and also with my house in Cincinnati at some point. We'll just take it one day at a time and see what develops. And it may take a long time to see everything through with my house in Cincinnati. And well, that's all we can really do is live one day at a time. And some days may be easier than others, and some days may be harder than others. But like I've said, I hope that you out there can keep on living through the good times and the bad times, and that you can see all the fun things and the serious things in the future. And I would just again encourage us to pray for each other and support each other as we make it through all the days of our lives on earth. And I wish everyone out there the best as they continue living their life. So, yes, I believe that is everything that I have wanted to say today. And there is one more video coming up here, more about the unexpected that can happen in life. And yeah, I hope you can get a chance to hear that as well. And yeah, I wish everyone out there the best. So, thank you very much for watching. I wish everyone out there the best, and I will see you again very shortly for another video. Thank you.